Hey everybody, Jody from Watercraft Network. Our sponsored rider, Shelby Warman. With the IROC class that Shelby races in, we need all the advantage we can get. We only have so many things that we can actually do and change. With the liquid moly and the advanced additives that are inside this oil, gives us the extra advantage we need to run up front. We've been on board with Liquid Moly right from the get-go. From their product launch, it's been absolutely superior.
Today was such a blast, especially in the IROC going pro. The course was really great. It was really technical. And thank you to everyone watching, and thank you to Liquid Moly.
Good Wednesday evening.
Because it's Bad Boys for Life. It's the original Bad Boys. PWC podcast, the brand the haters can't stand. Biggie Diddy. We got the world famous Bishop, a.k.a. DJ Clue,
He's
in the
back.
house tonight. No,
We got him back, but we lost the intern.
intern may still be, he may still be
Did
somewhere.
you guys leave him down in Georgia?
I was going to say, I think he's in Hartwell still looking for Valentina.
I think he's hitchhiking to Miami right about now.
Poor intern.
Those legs ain't going to get him far.
Hey,
So I see that, we got a little Liquid Moly infomercial in the beginning. By the looks, the oil worked.
She did very, very well.
did really well.
just
I'll
saying.
tell you, she's looking a lot better on the boat. She's starting to get comfortable. Brand new platform that Shelby's running. And obviously the boat's changed so much. From stock to the Riva tune to the Cabrera work to a whole host of different changes.
I got to tell you something. And Randy Cabrera performed magic.
No, David Cabrera.
I'm sorry.
Cabrera
I'm thinking
Motorsports,
the Florida guys there.
Get your shit
David
together.
Cabrera. I'm sorry. Completely blew that one. 'Cause the tune that he put in that boat, I was only able to GoPro the first one. I completely blew it on the second and third motos. Videoed the first one. I know. If you were there, Bishop, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Hey, all right, Mav already yelled at me for not being
Mav
there,
was
so.
Mav was looking for you.
He was bummed.
But I'm going to tell you, Dave's tune, she was right there. Valentina jumped on that line. I mean, that band snap, Valentina was gone, right? She was coming in hot. I'm like,
Yeah,
she
no,
was right there with all
Valentina's-
three of them.
She's got seat time. Race
Oh.
seat time.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's up there, some serious skills. So if you're keeping up even
Dave's
close,
tune
hey,
was wonders.
Yeah,
like to
Cabrera
hear that.
Motorsports. Anybody looking for any type of ECU work or tuning, make sure you check out Cabrera Motorsports, affiliated with Broward Motorsports. The Cabrera and Broward teams, just incredibly fast boats, made a world of difference on Shelby ZX. And like we said, she looks really good out there. So happy for her, to finish in the top three and go out there and really fight. And that's why I told
Well,
intern.
you got to remember, last year she was second to last, or was it last year?
in Naples, she was
Naples.
struggling. She was struggling.
to stay on
Well,
that boat.
She
Right.
But it's again, but
Within a year,
and
well,
like
Not
you
even.
said, yeah,
she's already up on the podium.
like like you said, the Floridians and the riders down south really have an advantage because they get so much seat time, and nothing against them. They're all incredibly skilled riders, and they have a
Well, it's like
Yeah.
it's like us with snowmobiles up here.
yeah, same thing.
But-
exactly,
But that
come up
comes
here.
with seat time.
exactly right, exactly right. You're right. I mean, it's they're able to hone their skills and really dial in their game and their riding techniques because they ride so much. And for Shelby to go out there and do as well as she did, it was really, really nice to see. She was happy, a good boost of confidence for her
Oh,
because
it was success that she needed.
yeah, and she knows. I talked to her quite a bit this weekend, telling her, you're developing your own riding style, and it takes time. And no matter what everybody tells you, you're going to develop your own riding style, and that's what's starting to happen. And you can see it. She looks really, really good out there, and
Yeah,
and,
well,
that's
Dad number 2 was trying to give her a bunch of advice.
well, what happens is they get overwhelmed. You know what I mean? And you just sometimes got to say to them, "Step back. You're doing all right. You'll get your own technique and style down. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's you can see the progress. You can see it at
Well, you realize I got yelled at on the way home, right?
for
Because it's no more of this follow the leader crap at the lake. I want buoys. The-
Time to set a course
like,
up.
all
Time to
right.
set a course up. And the other one we got to give a little bit of praise to his intern. I mean, I was, he easily could have said, "Hey, I'm done." When he yard sailed, I mean, he had the fear of God in his eyes, and to go out there for your first time when you don't think you're prepared, you don't think you're ready, you don't think you have the skills, and to really get your feet shoved into the fire. He did a good job. Both him and Troy, first time racers, really, really did a great job of going out there
I
and
think they got what, 6th and 8th respectively.
something like that. I mean, they didn't. They obviously they wanted to finish a lot better, but the success was going out and just completing the course and
It
then
was
going.
their first ever
Exactly.
race.
They
I
did-
mean, they didn't even race a regional race.
They did a great job, both of them.
So-
Great job. You're right. They didn't go and work their way up from something locally more grassroots. They just went right into the
Jumped
lion's
right into the
den.
fire.
And they both did really, really well. And so kudos to them.
Well, like you said, the biggest thing is they went in, they tried it,
Didn't give up. That's what I told
they
intern.
give up.
I
Yep.
told intern. I said that's what you should be proud of. Is you went and you didn't.
You know what? Everybody should get a trophy. Just saying.
Well, it's funny because they were all getting ready to go to awards, and they're like, maybe we get awards. I'm like, no, dude. There's no participation awards here. It's top 3, and that's it.
Right.
They aren't giving trophies up to 6th place. So I don't mean to break your heart, but it was funny.
There's
but
no
they're,
medals.
They're all
No.
good. Maybe. Hey, look, if you want, we'll talk to AJ. We'll get you a ribbon.
Hey,
know,
I'll tell you what, Pro Watercraft, they make some good trophies, quality trophies. I
Yeah.
remember those ones at Naples.
Yeah,
that
the
they
ones at
spent
Naples
are
badass.
days on making. I was just like, wow.
I mean, and even this year's, the Liquid Molly presented by HydroTurf, good-looking awards. I mean, to quickly recap that entire weekend, amazing turnout, amazing racing. I mean, just all of the gates were packed. A lot of really, really good racing taking place. GP ski was amazing. The sport classes were, just packed to the deck.
Those sport boats are fast.
And they're
Even
incredibly
sport stock,
fast.
those boats are fast.
Incredibly, it's really, really impressive to watch the GP class. With those, with Farthing,
Skellets,
and Nemi and
Yep.
Skellet out there. I mean,
Dude, that's a class in itself
it really is. I
to
mean,
watch.
It was insane. For stock boats, they're fast.
yeah, the spec
Awesome.
class boats, they're really, really fast. Look at this spider coming down here. See him?
The hell?
See him right
You
here?
got a new friend. He just dropped.
Did he? Oh, sorry, buddy. There's a spider dropping down. He wanted to say hi. He just wanted to come in and share some love out
Disrupt
there.
the show.
He's giving a participation award.
Yeah, but in terms of pro watercross, they did just an amazing job hosting this past weekend. Great venue.
And as far as hosting an event, that belly buster portion of the week, of the weekend was amazing.
I think it really is hard to put into words just how incredibly kind and how genuine and just how selfless the Carolina Watercraft Club is. I mean,
It's not even just a club.
it's their entire family.
It's the entire family.
I mean, how
because
sweet were their girls? I wanted to just hug them both and bring them home. They were just such sweet young girls, incredibly, incredibly thoughtful. They were just the nicest kids.
Well, they didn't give that to from their fathers.
Well, yeah, they got it from their mothers. You're right. That's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look, both
that
of those
shit
guys,
right.
like me and Jody, they married up. There's no question. I mean,
Right?
I
I believe it. I didn't even meet the wives, and I already know.
unbelievable. I mean, they're such good people, and it's so hard to even explain just how just genuine and how gracious they are. And I mean, the work they did for that belly buster, the blood, sweat, and tears, and the love that they put into
the
that.
cooking involved. Let's just call a spade a
Just
spade.
getting
here.
all the shit there.
The cooking involved alone was a chore,
It's unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Just them getting
and
all.
they were delicious, by the way.
Oh.
And it doesn't look like either of you skipped a meal at the belly buster.
Dude,
Just
Mel,
saying.
those
Well,
ribs
all
are
I got to
so-
say is that pro watercross camera when we were standing on the line definitely puts a few pounds on. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
It's so
It
funny.
was those ribs.
Those ribs were so good. I mean, for people who weren't there, they cook up 500-600 pounds of ribs. They gave away a whole multitude of product donated by some incredibly gracious sponsors. The Carolina Watercraft Club raffled off 2 machines, I believe. Wasn't the second one provided by Carolina
The second one
Ski
wasn't done
Riders?
yet, so I don't know how that worked
Yeah,
out.
but
they gave away a fresh and salty beach cart.
they gave away so much stuff. It was ridiculous.
Oh, nice.
It was just absolutely amazing. And
Insane.
they are such
I was
great
calling
people.
numbers for what? An hour.
Dude,
Yeah.
I couldn't hear you because the internet down there sucks. That's
Down on
locked.
the beach. Yeah, down on the
Dude,
beach, horrible.
couldn't
Up
hear-
high, it
I
was
couldn't
fine.
hear anything he was saying 'cause somebody was recording it, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, there was a guy in front of me that was recording,
Yeah,
but it
well,
was
live. He was live.
Scott and Rodney had us come up and actually explain where their donation was going, where the money's going, who Frank was, and then it was, hey, why don't you call all the numbers, do the raffle. And I was literally there, legitimately, at least an hour calling numbers.
They're such
I bet.
nice. They're just such nice people. The Carolina.
And then I had
Watercraft.
Mike Nichols behind me thinking it was a episode
Oh,
of
my
Storage
God.
Wars.
I mean, that guy. Look,
Yup.
wait.
Yup.
Wait. What is he? He's
Shorelander.
Shorelander.
Shorelock.
Shorelock. That's it.
Shorelock. Yep.
Shorelock PWC racks. Anything that Shorelock makes, I would buy in a heartbeat because that guy Mike, number one, is so invested in the community,
Mm-hmm.
and number two,
He's an awesome dude.
he is just like the greatest guy. I swear he's one of the. We have to have him on this show because he is just so witty and so quick. You know, I mean, it is. We had such a good time.
Our jaws and our stomachs hurt.
We got to quickly. We got to. We'll tell you. We all went out to dinner, and Devin Farthing, you know, Dustin's son Devin, who really was impressive to watch this weekend in Sport Stock, Sport GP, and Ski
Yep.
GP on that Commander boat. The kid was flying. I mean, he's fast on everything he touches. So Devin comes walking in with Jules Hopkins and my daughter. We're all there's about 20 of us having dinner.
Yep.
The 3 of them sit down and they're having dinner and they're just hanging out bullshit and they're having a good time. And you know, Jody comes up with this idea that we're gonna make young Devin Farthing think that we're sticking him with the bill. Mike from Shorelock played it off so well. It was, I mean, this guy was made for the part. It was phenomenal how well
As soon as he knew what the plan was,
he was in.
he was on it.
Like 1,000% he was in, and you could see the wheels working in his head, and he was immediately just. It was so funny. As he was leaving, he's like, "Hey kid, listen, I saw your rig, I saw your dad's vehicle. Thanks for buying us all dinner. We really appreciate." And you could see it in the kid's face. You know,
How the
Dad's
hell
like,
am I going to explain this to my father?
It's like
Dad.
unbelievable. It was so well played. It was just all of those people down, just such great people. You know, Chris from PWC Doctor. You know,
Yep.
and all of the folks that were there supporting the event. The actual
The Belly Buster event.
yeah the companies that were there supporting. But Mike, that guy is just an absolute trip. He's a great guy. He's passionate about his product. His products are priced beyond reasonable in comparison to his competition, and he's just a great person.
The best part about it is not only did he donate a rack, okay, but he bought a shit ton of tickets for the raffle.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so it's literally, you know, they're rolling up the tickets, and his son is picking the tickets out. The next thing you know, I call the number out, and it was literally like an episode of Storage Wars. Yep, just behind my head because he's sitting underneath the tent because it's rated. Pull out another ticket. Yep.
It's so,
What the?
his story about the fireworks. when
Oh,
he-
at the
when he-
hotel and
when-
burning the
when-
hotel
when
down?
he said his son goes,
Somebody just popped up. Don't tell them about the fireworks. I swear to God.
oh,
He just
forget it.
popped
We
up and
won't
said
tell that story. Well, if you ever,
I
if you-
swear to God, As soon as you guys said that,
If you ever meet Mike and you're at an event, you have to
Oh
ask
my
him the fireworks story. It is absolutely hysterical.
You will die laughing.
Such a
Oh,
great guy,
shit.
and
good thing I said that.
and honestly,
Yes.
Seriously, those are the people that you really want to support in terms of buying product. The people that are invested in the events. They go, they support, they donate, they rip cash out of their own pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is this guy a businessman providing product out of his pocket, giving away his company's profit to donate product to an event,
Well,
and then he's peeling cash out of his own pocket
Right.
and buying tickets.
When we go to events, we go to spend the money.
And that's why I think
$100,
exactly
$200,
dropping cash in.
$300.
It's
we
for
don't care.
and this guy's the same way, and he's just such a genuine person, and just to have at the event, it made it to meet people like that. It's really refreshing when you see someone who's passionate.
The
What I
best
mean?
part about to me is he brought his son,
Yeah, exactly.
and it was even though we were getting a little obnoxious at dinner,
we're joking around.
but
Yeah,
his son was still there laughing.
he was
And-
engaged.
yeah,
The kid was having fun.
I mean, it was like when we had ours, or when we have ours, and I had Shelby there at 8 years old.
Exactly.
She was always with me, always at the event, always riding.
Having your kids around is it's part of the community accepts those kids, and the kids, and it's just such a fun thing when you can have your kids at an event like that, and the memories that you make.
And you say that, and that was one of the posts that Mike put up after the Belly Buster.
Yeah,
Was exactly that. It said making memories with him and his son.
it's so true. I mean, that's really look, they drove all the way up from Florida to Georgia, and just they were in the Holiday Inn right across from us, supporting the local municipality and the region, just like the events are supposed to do. Going out to dinner with us, hitting all of the Dunkin' Donuts and the gas. I mean, it's truly, that's what the events are about. And to have someone like that who's an active community member that sells a product that's really um, been embraced by the community, um, for him to come and you know attend the event in that capacity, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Again, I would strongly urge anyone, if you're going to buy anything, any type of storage unit or racking system, we were talking to them, we're lake riders. We don't necessarily use a lot of those, but for those of you that do that type of riding, and you're riding, whether it's the Great Lakes or your ocean riding, and you need additional fuel, that's the first guy I would call. I mean, honestly,
Hell, or even put your cooler back there.
yeah, that's a great point. Whatever you want to put, it's just those are the type of people you want to support within the community, because they give back and they're real. You know what I mean? They're not some guy sitting at home selling shit on an Amazon store because he sees an ability to make a margin. This is a guy who manufactures a quality product and does it because he loves the community, he loves riding, loves being at events, and those are the type of sponsors you need. Absolutely amazing. So Shorelock, look him up if you're looking for any type of rack system. Man, I would say that'd be the first phone call, in my opinion. I mean, just a great guy. And aside from that, like we said, great racing. We know there's been some controversy. You guys I'm sure most people know. Bobby's talked a lot about it. With the pro watercross payouts, and I would say, from my perspective, not knowing any inside information, I mean, we didn't ask, hey, why haven't you paid people? We're assuming that
It's not our business.
I mean, quite honestly, I would venture to guess that, I mean, anyone who pays, attention to what's happened with society over the past year and a half has to recognize this country has spent money on a scale never seen before. I mean, municipalities, whether it's town, county, state, federal, they're spending money like drunk sailors on all this COVID shit. And I would imagine that has something to do with the delay in pro watercross being reimbursed or paid by municipalities. And I think when I was watching Bobby's show the other night, Troy Schneider said it best. He knows he's going to get paid. I mean, I think they
It's just
all
a matter
know
of
that.
time.
I think they all know that the pro watercross isn't intentionally withholding anyone's funds. If they haven't publicly released why they haven't paid, that's their decision. It's their business. I'm sure they'll straighten it out at some point. But I got to tell you, what I thought was so funny was, one of the comments, and it's funny because you'll appreciate this. Quick story. We go to an event, first time event. The promoter ends up literally having a panic attack and leaves. And by the way, we brought product from our almost 20-year sponsor, Budweiser. We brought product from Factory Sea-Doo, BRP, and Valcor.
Mm-hmm.
And we brought product that was for our event, JetFest, but showed up late from Tom Perry at Hot Products. So we bring product to donate to this event. Jody ends up helping the promoter give away all of the raffle items because the guy's got his head so far up it wasn't organized. So Jody ends up doing the whole raffle. There's a big article in Pro Rider, by the way, thanking us. We can pull that magazine up and put a picture of it on our Facebook page. But end up really getting this guy's anatomy out of the door. And in all fairness, it was his first event. He's a little shell shocked as things
Yeah,
were.
it was like 100.
There's about 100
riders,
people.
120 riders.
So, we go and tell them, we say, hey, we've been hosting this event, JetFest, for about, 15 years. We give away a ski every year, donate some money to charity. And here's our format, our formula. We don't do it on a fast-flowing river and go out to some island with long, cat and nine tails and grass sticking out. We host it from an actual facility, a bar, a restaurant, a pub. Give the guy the whole formula. Turns around and for whatever reason, probably because of the success of our event in generating a Crash Industries Reaper, we're assholes all of a sudden.
Well, you guys are assholes.
Well, we are, but we're
So
we're
where's this going?
selective assholes at least.
Won't be the first, won't be the last.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
my
the
circle
internet's full of
is this
strangers.
small.
The internet's full of
circle's this
strangers.
small.
We don't really
don't
give
really
a
care.
fiddler's but anyway, I thought it was funny because this same guy who's never attended an event outside of Buffalo, New York, puts up on Bobby's show, I'll never attend a pro watercross event, and pro watercross will never be welcome. And like AJ's going to give a shit and go to your, it's funny. Let me digress a little bit. The funny thing about Buffalo, for those folks that have never been there, I have a friend of mine goes to the University of Buffalo, okay? Guy's never been into sports his entire life. Motorsports guy. We all grew up riding CRs, RMs, YZs, the 250R three-wheelers. We're into everything. Guy ends up going to the University of Buffalo, and he comes back, and all of a sudden he's a Buffalo Bills fan. And we're like, what? Like, dude. And he's like, listen, what you don't understand is there is absolutely nothing in Buffalo except the Buffalo. He goes, I can't talk to women. He goes, I literally could not talk to women in Buffalo
Unless you knew about the
because I
Bills.
knew nothing about sports. He goes, but the first semester of college, I had to become a Buffalo Bills fan. He goes, I had no choice. I didn't know who the kicker was. I didn't know who the wide receiver was. I didn't know who any of the D-backs were, linebackers. So
You got that, and you got the Sabres.
and Niagara Falls. I mean, so here's a guy who's never left the geographical region, but he's not going to attend the best events in the country. I mean, do us a favor, stay where you are. They'll get along fine without you. But it's I just thought it was so funny, and that's not a shot at Bobby. I think
No, that's got nothing to do with
no,
Bobby.
I think Bobby's doing a really doing a great job with his show, and I think
Well, nobody's reporting about the racing, whether it's good or bad. So somebody's got to get a kick in the dick.
and quite honestly, I think Cardone does a really good job of reporting. His analysis of racing is really good. His perspectives are
Right, it's
really
his
good.
perspective of what's going on.
He really does, and
Well, some people got to take that risk. Some people aren't willing to.
Bobby was an asset to our show, as was Kenny. Those guys both did a great job for us, and they've gone on to bigger and better things. And
They do theirs.
no
we do
animosity.
ours.
Yeah, no
Fuck it.
animosity on our end. We wish them all the best. There's room for everybody out there, and they do a great job with it. And And I think that I just had to tell that because as I was watching Bob,
Are you-
Yeah,
are you
I was
over it?
driving
Are
while
you
that
over
was
it?
happening, so I didn't get a chance to read the comments.
yeah, well, actually, one of those comments popped up while we were stopped. I looked at the screen and I was like, oh my, this is just amazing. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, it's just
No,
absolutely
whatever.
incredible. But,
So I heard Watercraft Network brought a boat down to the Carolina boys.
yeah, you know us. We like to fly below the radar, and we don't like to make a spectacle of things.
I don't care.
I mean, no, I'm just saying we didn't. We weren't down there glory hunting. We didn't ask for pictures, and we did. But
Dude,
they've done so much.
You got the ribs, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I missed all them freaking ribs.
Jody's got a package for you.
Oh, I got some upstairs.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And I got stuff for you
the
from the
last
boys.
time he said that, there was dumpster involved.
Plus, the boys sent something for you. I got it for you out in the vehicle. Don't let me forget before we leave. They sent you up a little present.
Oh, great.
But they were so appreciative. I mean, I think initially they couldn't.
I'm seeing a couple comments out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, it's hard. We're on a 50-inch screen TV they're watching.
I think the Scott and Rodney were kind of caught off guard.
Good.
With the boat, they didn't expect it. They weren't prepared for it, and I don't think.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what it is?
Well, it's one of those type of events that we don't mind giving back to.
100%. Yep.
Even if ours didn't happen this year, next year, I'd still do nothing but give that to them, that event, or anyone that does deserve that.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of when we got this guy, the Wheeler, this past winter. He was uncomfortable with it. He's like, guys, you didn't have to do that
Well,
shit.
because he likes to give.
Yeah, I mean,
and
you're
he
not
doesn't
used
like
to
to
people.
get.
It makes you feel a little awkward when you're like, man, you guys didn't have to do that shit. I think initially they were like, what the? They're kind of surprised, and I mean, the boat is pretty much done except for aesthetically. I mean, maybe they have
Paint
to
and
tune.
seat.
Maybe they have to tune the carbs a little bit. It's
Yeah,
got
that's
those
it.
Mikuni 44s, but
Dude, those are parts from WSM.
SBT.
SBT Watercraft Superstore.
Rex.
We
Rex
told him
has
we
got his hands in it.
Hold on.
There you go.
Rex Hayes.
great
You
to
don't
see
have
Rex
one of
this weekend.
those?
Autographed.
But those guys were they were really impressed, Mel, and they were so grateful. And we explained to them that the three of us talked, and it was your boat, and we really wanted to do something to thank them. So whoever attends the Belly Buster in 2022, you're going to have an opportunity to win a Polaris Hurricane that has a brand new WSM crankshaft, WSM
All the way to the top.
Yeah, WSM pistons, freshly bored. It's got an entire Generation 3 SBT Watercraft Superstore electronics kit in it.
High compression domes too, if I remember
Domes,
correctly.
44 millimeter Mikuni carbs with the Rock County Jet Sports Key and Mikuni adapters. Got a brand new prop and a custom ride plate. I mean, the boat is just absolutely beautiful. It literally has 0 hours on it. I hope we get a video from Scott and Rodney.
It will be beautiful when it's done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Even though it's a cane.
Yeah.
So
Look, I mean, the thing about the canes is they're so obscure and they're so rare, and for somebody to be able to win one that's literally brand new is going to be really cool at the Belly Buster 2022. So, really, really looking forward to that event. And in conjunction with the whole pro watercross thing, I honestly believe when you start marrying high caliber, top shelf tour stops like Pro Watercross in Hartwell to a really, really good recreational ride.
Well, I saw some of the lives that people were doing for the rec ride part of it.
Yeah.
Looked like there was a bunch of skis there.
Dude,
it
there
was
a
about the
lot
same
of
as
them.
last year.
There was
Yeah.
a lot of them. And, I mean, quite honestly, I saw some of the, like Adam Buckler put up, stuff about him being at the waterfall. I mean, and we should give those guys a shout out too. We always refer to the Carolina Watercraft Club because, they were really the catalyst for it. It was really their idea.
No, but the Carolina ski riders helped out
They
quite
put
a
a
bit.
lot of work into it. Carolina ski riders were there at the event, getting their hands dirty, covered in barbecue sauce, just like not I'm saying they're pigs, You know that they're
Well,
we were the guys eating all. We were eating all of it.
They were eating pretty
prepping it.
healthy too. Let's just not.
Yeah, no, they were really, really super helpful. They were behind the grill and, really working the tables and doing a lot down there. So shout out to the Carolina ski riders. They too are just, quality people. I mean, to give back in that capacity, that's truly what events are about. It's funny because Adam Buckler kind of touched on it last week. And we're hoping to talk to him tonight and really kind of revisit that conversation because there are so many groups out there, like we mentioned, like Craig in Western New York, just wants to be a big shot, just wants to be somebody in the community. And Carolina Watercraft that's not who they are.
Mm-mm.
They don't care about their place in the hierarchy of the personal watercraft community. They don't care. They just want to host a kick-ass event.
Which they do.
And they just want to have fun and welcome everybody and genuinely give back. They don't need a pat on the back. They don't need accolades.
Well, stop kissing their ass.
No,
Let's
but
move on.
they don't. They don't need it, Mel. They just don't care.
I know they don't.
And it's funny because there's so many other entities out there that are just so consumed by being somebody.
Well, there was entities that didn't show up just because of what was going on.
Yeah, because
and who was involved.
Politics and who sponsored the event and what groups were going to be there and what groups donated. It's all such bullshit. It's all people just jockeying for
the
position.
The idea is everybody donate, everybody participate, everybody go out and have a good time.
And it's just funny how there's this.
We went to dinner that night, right? And as usual, I'm repping the UK outerwear. One of the gentlemen went to UK.
That's right.
Was from Kentucky.
Yeah.
And when we were giving away all the stuff, or just before we started giving away all the stuff, had both mine and Shelby's ear. The guy was just genuine. And it's like, okay, you guys want to come down to Kentucky to ride? I'll show you around.
Great guy. That guy was a really
Cool.
good guy.
That's cool.
And not set up an event, but set up a group of people, and we'll go ride Kentucky.
That'd be fun. Kentucky's nice.
Oh, beautiful.
That's a whole nother.
He was super nice. Their buddy who's from England was super nice.
James.
Yeah, there was another.
James. Yeah.
James is cool as hell.
There's another couples. When I say couples, there were a few people. There were husband and wife that were there.
Yes,
they were all
yes,
such
because they
nice,
actually.
They were great people. They're all just. And that's what I was driving at was, there isn't that overwhelming urge that these guys want to be somebody in the personal watercraft community. You see all of these other groups and entities, these people that are using the PWC industry and community to finally be somebody.
Yeah, but listen, besides that shit doesn't even matter. When it comes down to it, whatever makes you feel good as a person, go ahead, do it.
Exactly.
You make your own bed, you lay in it. But
I'm trying to find it because that couple was there and they wanted a shout out this weekend, and I forgot to write it down.
They were so nice. They were
I don't
so
care,
nice.
Who the group is. You do whatever hell you want to do. We do whatever we want to do.
Agreed.
And just let it go. So, other than that, overall the weekend was good.
Amazing.
By the sounds, the turnout, money wise for the donation for Frank's daughter was fantastic.
Great donation. Great great turnout in terms of racing. I mean,
so
the most racers.
Who won that one boat that got turned back in? Who won
somebody who lived locally, who bought tickets online, actually won. So,
really,
yeah, it was somebody from down and around that area who had bought tickets.
I was just wondering. Be a month later, they'll probably give the boat back.
Well, it's funny. That story's kind of funny.
The next day, we saw that ski on the lake.
Yep,
riding around.
Riding it.
I had asked Scott about that, and he said, the people that won it last year had never had skis. They won that ski. They called Scott and Rodney a month later, and they said, hey, listen, we love this thing. We love jet skis. We just went out and bought 3 brand new Sea-Doos because you can't ride 2 people on this easily.
No.
So we want to give it back to you. So that's how they ended up with it again.
That's cool.
So by hosting a charity event and giving away a ski, they brought more people into the community, and like I said, they're just great guys, and their approach is really really refreshing. With all the other bullshit that you have to deal with, to have people that approach the community and events and giving back.
Right, yeah, Scott and Rodney are delivering the Ski Friday, and they'll be live on Facebook.
Yeah, and
Absolutely
I can't find that post
Doug-
where
Doug said, "What's up?"
the guy wanted us
Dougie.
to give him a shout out to him and his wife.
Love
Jeff,
it.
Jeff is on too. Jeff Lakeford. We ain't heard
Oh,
from
no
him in a
kidding.
while.
We haven't seen
Good-
Jeff
good
in a
to hear
while.
from him.
He must
Good
be
to hear
busy.
from Dougie as well. Doug, hope all
Yeah.
is well out there on the
Like-
West Coast.
You know, Doug. He's
I saw a
he's never
picture.
at one
Doug
spot
put
for
up a
too long.
picture of his XIR 1100 today. Brought a tear to my eye. I love that boat so much. You know, I mean, it's just one of those that you just, you know, there's certain boats for, you know, those of us who've been around for a hot minute. You know, when you see an XIR with the triple in it, it just gets your tail wagging. When you see a Yamaha FX1, you know, with the correct FX1 pipe set up properly, it gets your tail wagging. You know, it's just like when you see an old Good Times Kawasaki X2.
Uh-huh.
When you see a Good Times X2, you're like, yeah, that's it right there. You know, I mean, it's just, I mean, there's just some stuff, you know. And Dougie posted a picture today of his XIR with the triple in it, and I was like, you know, that's just one of those that just, you know, no matter how nice the new stuff is, you know, I mean, love the new boats, love Polaris, you know, obviously we're Kane lovers, you know, love the new Cowies, you know, all of the new stuff, but there's just some of that old stuff that, you know, back in the day, it was just such a revolutionary product.
I can only imagine getting my hands on an old PJS X2
Oh my God!
or one of Fish's old X2s.
or a PJ, you know, like that guy, one of those PJS 550s that Jacobs just friggin' annihilated people on back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
wasn't it what was it, the Viper? Didn't they have that?
They made their
custom?
own. They made their PJS made their own. Didn't they? They made C jets, right? They made their own line of sit downs, very very limited, and
Yeah, but this was a stand up.
yeah,
I thought it was that Viper.
yeah,
That a Viper 5000 and Viper 7000.
oh, that was the laser jets,
Okay.
right? The laser jets. Those things were badass with the
Integrated
yeah,
battery
solar
charger.
panel on the handle pole. I think, you know, Ryan Kolka has one of those.
Yep.
You had one of
I
those
had
a
one.
while back. Yeah. Yeah, great boats, you know. I mean, yeah, I think that was a PJS boat.
Yep.
Yeah, there was just
It
you know,
was a PJS power plant.
yeah, so many of those great old boats out there that you know, that you just, when you see something like that, just brings back memories, and you're like, oh, today would be a good day to dunk that puppy in and just touch her off. So so good to see Dougie out there, and hope all's doing well.
What Jamie Allen Summy was one that was doing some of the lives.
Okay.
I think that was what. And because I was like, did I win? Did I win?
There was so many great people down there, and
Earlier, Mav was like, I was taking all of the Wi-Fi from all of you. So
I'll tell you, and you
But
know,
he
we
he
got to
was
give
telling me.
Mav a shout out, because I went back to watch some of the footage, because you know, my daughter was involved in an incident, and shout out to, you know, a lot of people wanted to make sure she was okay. You know, thank you to Valentina and Jules and Farthings and Sam Nemi, and just a whole bunch of people checking on her, and she's doing fine. She just got a nice bruise on the leg. But I was going back, and friggin' Mav does such a good job. You know, I mean, you know, people are so critical of live feeds, and you know, I mean, if you're one dude up there in the tower and you're doing that, man, I'm telling you, he does an absolutely amazing job.
we
Amazing.
the one race that I did for Mav, because he couldn't go for whatever reason, he was doing the stuff from California, and I'm running the cameras and setting the stuff up from there. And I was sweating my ass off.
He's unbelievable.
That was
Doing
in
it on
Naples
one-
2 years ago.
Right, one man show.
He's amazing.
Ain't easy. So
He was
and
looking
like I
for you
said,
this weekend.
Oh yeah, he came
in
right down.
Hartwell, to get Wi-Fi, to get cell service is such a pain in the ass in that little
valley.
Yeah.
The little valley.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's got to be. It's got to be.
It just is.
It's
Even
got to be
I couldn't see half of the phone lives just on normal.
because
I couldn't
even
see
when
any
you
of them.
pull out of there, you lose cell signal. I mean, that's a
Sure.
beautiful part of. I mean, that's just a beautiful part of the country. You know, I mean, such an amazing area. You know, it's too bad we didn't have more time to spend down there. It's just really. We're definitely going back.
It's a nice place. It's a great venue, great event. And you're right. I can't wait for 4.0.
Yeah, and I think, quite honestly, next year we'll take a little bit more time. You know what I mean? We'll try and get down there earlier, maybe stay a day later. But you know what? I mean, just things always happen. You know what I mean? Riley getting hit.
Well, if you don't get to see it on YouTube, the racing live, then get your ass down there and check it out.
So one of those events that you
Just
really
saying.
should go to.
What kind of race do you go to and you have ribs?
Not just
for
ribs.
food?
They do hot dogs at lunchtime.
I bet you like that.
Oh, gee, this guy wasn't chewing them.
No,
He was
you're right.
pulling an
'Cause I didn't have any.
anaconda. No, I'm just joking. No, I mean, they fed all
I
the
didn't have
race-
time to eat for lunch.
No, I know. They fed all the racers at lunchtime, and then and all the rec riders.
Or the crew, the race. The
Oh,
race crew.
everybody. And then same thing, when the races were over, they fed everybody ribs. And I mean, those ribs are really, really good. I mean, they literally, the meat falls off the bone. It's absolutely amazing. They're so good. And everybody was standing there.
Mav said there was snow cones and gyros too.
Oh, yeah, it was all types of food there.
Oh, and Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A was there.
What?
They
Yes.
set up Chick-fil-A there. It was
Only on
unbelievable.
Saturday.
Yeah, not on Sunday.
They weren't there Sunday.
Yeah.
I know.
But
I
it
would have
was,
skipped the ribs for Chick-fil-A.
I mean, you go to, like I
telling
said,
you,
you go to an event like that and Chick-fil-A is set up there. You're like,
that's funny.
man, this is like
Winning.
the real deal. Yeah. I mean, I was just looking for the bud tent. I was going to be like, if there's a bud tent here, I am not leaving. You're just going to see me in a lawn chair. I'm just going to be eating ribs,
Great.
Chick-fil-A. And,
Hey, Joe, take Grand National down and
oh,
start Riley
exactly.
for me.
Exactly. Grand National and I would have just been sitting there in lawn chairs. Would have been a shit show about a couple hours in. But
That'd be funny.
great time. As we said, can't thank the Carolina Watercraft, Carolina ski riders enough for
Well, we appreciate.
And more importantly, going to be over $5,000 being donated to Frank's daughter's
it's amazing.
trust fund.
It's amazing. Mike and I were
one-day event.
Yeah, Mike and I were talking about that going down, and it's just such an amazing thing. Everybody's experienced loss and people that you just, you didn't expect to be gone. Much like our friend Sean Compton, who, we always think about when we think about our friend Frank passing too soon. And, it's just such a wonderful thing that those guys did to generate money for community members' 9-year-old orphan daughter is absolutely amazing, and there's no way we can possibly thank them. I mean, that type of generosity is just on a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just
I think, honestly, our thank you to them was giving them that
the
boat.
cane. Yeah,
I mean, how else do you say thank you to that?
I mean, it was
Here,
it was an incredibly
use this for next year. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, there's no other way to say thank you.
It was such a gracious gesture, and it was so nice of you to offer that boat up. And they know it's yours.
Well,
You
yeah,
know.
Everybody knows.
No, I know.
Hopefully, you took all the obscene.
Oh no,
Nope.
we left them there.
Nope.
They were laughing so hard.
They were
They-
dying.
I think that made it more
We spent more time. Well, you guys spent more time
decorating it.
decorating it than I did on the motor.
the Sharpie drawing that's inside on the foam is still there.
I told you to take that shit
And the
off.
stickers.
What about my sticker on the bottom?
That's still
It's
there.
still there.
And we had to give him the rundown on that as well.
Yeah, that's a terrible story.
Yeah, so if they start razzing you about goats when they see you in September,
right. I can only imagine.
oh man,
Oh,
But, yeah,
It's gonna be a good time.
look, get out there and support these events, and more importantly, support the events where people are doing it for the right reasons. There's clearly people within this industry and community who are hosting events for the right reasons, and others who are doing it for their own little agendas to pump their own egos.
Yeah,
And,
whatever. Frick that.
Back to those guys for a second.
Which
Even
guys?
all the ones that went to dinner, we're going. Does that mean we're going to New York in September?
Oh yeah,
They just hold it.
Yeah.
These guys were
Well,
involved.
Hey, we'll have plenty of stickers that were on my boat. Come to Jet Fest. And that shit's getting slapped on your vehicles. So come play.
maybe going home with a
Make
present.
sure-
Is that
make
going to
sure
be
you're
anything
ready.
like Virginia's for Lovers?
Oh God.
I'll even add that in there.
Oh man.
But come on up to New York.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, this
You
monkey
better
was
check your
doing
plate.
it when we stopped.
Oh.
He
Mike
always does.
We'll show you. Mike modified a Virginia sticker and put it on Jody. It was going back and forth on the vehicles, and Mike stuck it to Jody's wheeler with a little it
Addition.
customized it. It was amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
We do some messed up stuff to each other.
I gotta have fun, I mean, it's what it's
Just
all
like my
about.
new acting debut at Long Store or Longhorn.
What?
Yeah, that's a story for off the air. We'll have
Yeah,
to tell
we
you.
can't have that story
was
on there.
But hey, we also got to give a lot of love. I mean, Liquid Molly down there in full force. A lot of Liquid Molly racers
Mike-
now.
Mike said he's getting a rental car now.
Which Mike?
For Mike from Shorelock when he
Oh.
comes up,
Let's go.
Oh
He's getting
man,
a rental.
if that guy,
he's-
if he
He
comes,
said it's a rental car now.
I pray that he comes to Jet Fest. He is such a fun guy to hang around with. You'll. I mean, you literally
your
laugh
stomach
till your
and your
stomach
jaw
hurts.
will hurt
I'll make
after
sure.
laughing.
I'll make sure he gets a special T-shirt.
Oh man, believe me. I mean, look.
Be careful.
Yeah,
of
because
just-
I don't
you
care.
got to bring your A game. 'Cause
Let's do
He's
it.
going to be prepared. I mean, there's going to be retaliatory shots fired if you're. I mean, he is no one to. He's a great guy. He's got just an amazing personality and a huge
Shelby
heart.
even said, "If Mike goes, I'll come home."
Who
Who
said
said that?
Shelby.
See, that's amazing. See, that's how much fun the guy is. He's just
That's funny.
He's a great guy. I mean, just totally such a fun guy to hang around with.
Scott said, "You bring fireworks," so I'll have to hear that story
Oh
later.
man, he'll tell you the story. You'll laugh so hard. It's absolutely amazing. The block is hot. That's what it is. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Such a great story. Such a great guy. Such a great time down there. And like we said, a lot of love going out to Liquid Molly. Huge supporter of the tour. Huge supporter of all things. I noticed a big event coming up from Jet Ski Life of Charleston this coming weekend. And what do they post up as one of the sponsors? Liquid Molly product being given away. Nobody supports events in the community in terms of a lubricants and additives company like Liquid Molly does. They're absolutely amazing, high quality products. I mean, our boats are literally running on the razor's edge. I mean, you're not going to get any more out of them than you're getting out of them, and they're very reliable. I mean, I was concerned. That 2-boat, we are literally pushing that boat to the razor. I mean, it's running. It's just running spot on, and it's Liquid Molly. We give them all the credit in the world for being able to keep stuff together. Great product. If you're not using Liquid Molly products yet, you will. It's just a matter of time. You might as well make the switch now. We did, and we couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier.
Actually, we had to do another little Liquid Molly commercial for those guys
Awesome.
before we left, and I dropped a little bomb and called it Liquid Gold.
Nice.
Oh, they love that one.
Good deal.
And
Awesome.
actually, once you see the oil,
did
you'll
use-
understand where the
Did you
liquid
use-
gold comes from.
Did you use Gary's accent?
No, I didn't use the accent.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to.
Liquid
I really
Molly.
did, but I didn't.
Liquid Molly. A lot of love going out to our friends at Bomber. Jet Pilot. Huge love going out to Tanya and the group at Jet Pilot. Thanks for all their support. Big time. Watercraft Superstore, SBT, Blacktip. Anything you need, over 10,000 OEM parts in stock, plus the aftermarket stuff. Watercraft Superstore.
WSM.
Absolutely amazing. WSM Performance products, like Mel said, that entire cane inside the cases, all WSM Performance parts. They always help us out. They're absolutely incredible. Very, very supportive of the community and the industry.
There was a sponsor from Belly Buster, Fresh and Salty. Somebody want a goat?
Fresh and Salty, they've been incredibly
You won't be disappointed.
incredibly gracious and supportive this year. An absolutely amazing cart. by Fresh and Salty. If you haven't seen their carts, you really want to check them out because, they're just a high quality product, and they just, they really, really do a great job pulling boats in and out of the water. A lot of love going out to Fresh and Salty. And I think that's about it. Again, had a great time. Thank you, Carolina Ski Riders. Thank you, Carolina Watercraft Club. Thanks to all the sponsors that donated. A lot of very generous sponsors.
David Cabrera, love the tune.
Yeah, Cabrera Motorsports, great job. Huge shout out too going out to Pro Watercraft Racing. They've done a lot to help the kids out. Intern's boat was really handling well, although he probably had soiled his shorts before he even left the line. His boat looked good out there. He was handling really well, and we've done a couple runs on it. Those Pro Watercraft sponsors.
They handle well.
Ride plate, really a great combination. Thank you to Pro Watercraft Racing, and we're back next Wednesday. A lot of love going out to everybody. If you're on the water this weekend, please be safe.
Be safe.
Be careful out there. A lot of newbies out there. Instead of screaming and yelling at somebody, help out that new watercraft rider. Help them
They just may
acclimate.
not know.
What's that?
They just may not know.
Probably what it is. There's a lot of ignorance out there. So, share your knowledge, share some love, keep the community safe, keep yourself safe. We're back next Wednesday.